So when you started your press release business, you were actually initially were doing it on faxes, and some people don't even know what faxes are.
Right.
um, One of the ways I did some marketing, direct distribution marketing, was faxes years ago, and actually automated that. So, and it's important to automate as much as you can so you can scale your business. So, now you had a business that you sold during the .com crash, and you learned a lot about scaling it and growing it. Can you tell us a little bit about that business, because that was quite a story just before we got on the call.
Right. I was bringing most of my money in during the late 1990s through Day Tips, which was a consumer newsletter business. And I was doing e-releases on the side, but it wasn't doing very much. It was just slowly growing. Day Tips was doing at its height $50,000 a month in advertising. And I had three newsletters that were over 1 million subscribers, and it was really cool and exciting. I was able to get those subscribers for very little money. There were so many sites back then during the .com era where people just had crazy ideas, like free lotto types websites that just got millions of people visiting a week and stuff like that. And so I would do co-reg with them, where we put the boxes for people to sign up for our newsletters to opt in
Okay.
and get subscribers that way. And so it was exciting. But when the crash was happening, my advertising revenue went from 50,000 a month to something like 12,000 a month to $4,000 a month to zero. So in 4 months, it went to zero. And as it was declining, I put my three biggest properties, three newsletters, up for sale, and sold a couple to Amazing, which was a Sony-backed newsletter business, and a couple that I sold to a private person, one small and one large list that I sold. And a lot of people said I was making a mistake, and I felt like, if I am, I know how to get more subscribers and build up, newsletters in the future. But the market never came back. I still had lots of mid-sized newsletters that I could put advertising on, and the advertising dollars for consumer never came back after the .com crash. But the funny thing is, e-releases grew through that entire time, and I continued to focus on it. Funny thing is, e-releases was part of the Day Tips family because it was just another newsletter business. I had like 24 different newsletters of press releases that were art and entertainment, press releases that were, high-tech consumers, high-tech telecom. So I just created a bunch of different little newsletters, and I just sort of folded everything that was consumer related and focused exclusively on e-releases after that.